Every pro gamer is different in their own way, from the players they team up with to their playstyles. The one thing that holds true with any pro gamer is that the journey never really ends for them as long as they keep themselves motivated to continue playing. They simply enter new chapters, face new challenges, and work tirelessly to maintain and improve their skills. Like the game they excel at, it's a constant changing landscape where much change in the span of a year can happen. And boy, has it been a hectic one.
Watch me! That's nice!
Bunch of Crunch Army, where you at? Your motivation guy. That's right, I am back. Are you ready to take another trip into the Fortnite Hall of Fame? Well, you'll be surprised to hear that today's exhibit will be one that we've already visited. So let's play the guessing game again. He's an ex-bowling legend, an excellent box fighter, and continues to be a valuable member of NRG. Have you guys guessed who it is? Today, we're going to be back dipping into the story of Benjyfishy. If you're interested in learning more about his origins and his rise into Fortnite fame, be sure to check out our previous video. But for now, here's a quick rundown of his accomplishments to really get you guys up to speed. Benjyfishy, real name Benji David Fish, is considered one of the top elite players of Fortnite. You know, a member of NRG, Benjyfishy has achieved many great things in his career, such as taking home 100 grand at the Fortnite World Cup and absolutely sweeping the competition in various cash cups and even the FNCS with his squad mates Mongrel and Mitro. So what has he been up to since the last time we checked in? Any new developments? So that's what we're here to find out in today's video. So sit back, relax, and grab some of my favorite candy. What is that, y'all? It's that Bunch of Crunch, and let's get this going. Benjyfishy's story continues where we left off. It was the start of 2020 and things were heating up for the young Fortnite player. Relationships were forming, new competitions were being introduced, and the Fortnite community was booming. However, there were other developments as well. 2020 had brought many new changes to how Fortnite was played within the game's meta as well as in the real world. And so with the pandemic well underway, the age of LAN games were quickly being replaced by online events. However, while this was a big change for competitors, it didn't stop players like Benjyfishy from aiming for the stars. And for him, 2020 was still the start of a new year for Fortnite as well as for his teammate status. You know, one of the first new developments was his new duo mate, Mongrel. To understand how this relationship started, it's best to take a trip back to the good old year of 2019 and the Season X FNCS. Mongrel, along with Mitro, had partnered up with Benjyfishy for the event. And so what resulted was a spectacular show that left fans of the players blown away. Together, they had managed to place top 2 consistently, with most of their placements being for first. In the end, they placed 10th during the grand finals. Although they didn't take the championship title, they still proved that there was something to look forward to when it comes to this trio. And so what really stood out though was Benjyfishy and Mongrel's chemistry, which would eventually lead up to their future collaborations. This would come to pass towards the end of 2019 when they had partnered up for the Fortnite Winter Royale. Benjyfishy and Mongrel would continue to duel together throughout the start of 2020, while they would participate in a variety of contender cash cups and invitationals such as the War Legend Invitational. Their main goal as a duo would be taking on the FNCS for Chapter 2 Season 2. The only question on everybody's minds would be, could they pull it off? The FNCS comes around once per season and is a chance for players to go for the title FNCS champion. It's a time when pro gamers must rethink their strategies, grind endlessly to improve their skills, and decide if they need to swap out their teammates they're currently playing with. And seeing as they had swept the competition during Season X FNCS, it was only natural that Benjyfishy would decide to go all in on his partnership with Mongrel.
Bro, this guy is panicking! Oh my god, I'm gonna click.
Together, they managed to get second place during the first week of the event, which seemed like a good sign at the time. However, the following weeks would go to show that perhaps their synergy was not quite what it was during Season X. Despite this setback, the two players were doing great in the Cash Cups, and eventually the FNCS would end for the season, leaving the two wondering about their futures. In the end, professional players do what they need to do, as both Benji and Mongrel would go their separate ways in search of new opportunities. And so with this partnership with Mongrel over, it seemed that it was time to bring back an old fan favorite. I'm of course talking about the return of Mr. Savage. It had been a few months since Benjyfishy and Mongrel split, and like Mongrel, their chemistry wasn't as strong leading up to them parting ways, and it was for a time it seemed like the split would have been permanent. However, both players had grown more during their time apart, and seeing as they had a history together, it was time to see if they can make it work again. So the two would get right back to work in tackling cash cups as well as streaming their games together. As fans rejoice at the reunion of the duo, they would begin practicing and solidifying their place as a team. In the meantime, Some fresh opportunities for his solo career were about to drop on his lap. I am, of course, talking about the FNCS Invitational of 2020. This special edition of the FNCS was an invite-only event where only the best players to attempt the FNCS were allowed to participate. Benjyfishy received an invite and will go on to place first during week 1 and 2. During the grand finals, he placed 56th. Despite this, it was a great run and really showed that even if things didn't go as expected when it comes to his team results, he is still a very great player all on his own. So let's take a break from Benjyfishy's competitive exploits for a minute. After all, there's more to players than just the tournaments they attend, right? There's also life back at home base, and in the Benjyfishy household, he wasn't the only one getting involved with Fortnite. Back home, a certain relative we talked about last time was also doing everything that she could to support Benji. If you haven't already guessed, we're talking about Benji's mom.
Well, we're both as bad as each other there, to be honest, and I only had one bullet. Oh god, they've got it all here. That was alright, that was better catch.
Benji's mother has always been a source of love and support in her son's endeavors, and that shows when she was willing to start homeschooling her son in order to support his ambitions. And so since our last video, she has even opened up her own YouTube channel under the name Mama Benjyfishy. There she's recorded interviews that her son has participated in, answers some questions directly, and even played a little bit of Fortnite in the process. It really is nice to have family members that really understand the passion that goes into pro gaming and really sees it as a valid ambition to pursue. So let's hop back into Benjyfishy's progress with Mr. Savage. With Mr. Savage back into action, things were turning out quite well. The duo had been showing off their renewed chemistry throughout the month of May, and their most recent win during week 5 of the Contender Cash Cup for that month was proof that it was working out. However, it was time to turn that duo into a trio. This new squad was a mix of an old reliable as well as fresh blood. The question on everybody's mind was who would be their third. That answer would reveal itself when Benjyfishy announced that their new third would be G2's Letchi. The new trio would debut at the EBS Trio Invitational, where they would take first place. Not a bad way to start, and this time, a good opening was a sign that good things were yet to come. The trio would continue to team up for the remainder of the year as they reached new heights and earned entry into different invitationals. Soon after their debut, they went on a winning streak just like the glory days of Mangro and Mitro. They would appear in the top 3 in events such as the War Legend, Edition Cazolet, the 31st War Legend Invitational, and the Amar Trios Cup. Even when they didn't place in the top 3, they usually managed to make it to the top 10 at least. It was another dream team. The squad would play together till the Chapter 2 Season 4 FNCS. There, they managed to get some top 10 placements during the event and eventually made it to 8th place during the grand finals. While it wasn't the win they were expecting, it was still a step up from the last attempt where Benjyfishy placed 59th. Soon, the hectic year 2020 came to a close. That brings us to our current year of 2021. And with the year almost at its midpoint, it's time to see what's changed. After all, a fresh new year is the perfect opportunity to pump new blood through. Benjyfishy already has some lifelong partners such as Mr. Savage, Mangro, and Letchi, backing him up over the years. For the time being, the trio he had squatted up with had run its course. The next 2 faces that would be joining his roster would be Amplify and Matzo. These 2 pro gamers were from an organization known as Train Hard Esports and would partner up with Benjyfishy during the Cypher PK Cup. Together, they managed to get 5th place and establish good synergy and teamwork for their future collaborations. As a result, this new squad would become the focus of Benjyfishy's time going forward.
We're getting too distracted. Dead! Go!
It also became the squad that he would be participating in Chapter 2 Season 5 FNCS. There, they came out with some pretty impressive placements despite not being crowned champions. These placements include a 2nd place win during the 2nd qualifiers, 4th place during Heat 4, and a 5th placement during the grand finals. And so with that, Benjyfishy and his squads are slowly creeping forwards to getting 1st place at the FNCS. With the event currently back for Season 6, Benjyfishy and his squad are taking no chances. It's going to be an intense battle, and we will all be watching to see if they can claim the championship title. Benjyfishy's popularity has definitely stayed strong and even increased over the past year. He currently holds over 1 million subscribers on a YouTube channel and a whopping 3.4 million followers on Twitch. However, despite his current success, it doesn't mean he's going to stop making plans for the future. After all, a pro gamer story doesn't really end, it just evolves. Benjyfishy found fame during the 2019 Fortnite World Cup, and while the 2020 pandemic knocked out any chance of there being another Fortnite World Cup during that year, as well as in 2021, Benjyfishy says his main focus right now is to win the FNCS tournaments in 2021. Hopefully, by 2022, he will finally get to attend another Fortnite World Cup, and with that, perhaps Benjyfishy will get his long-awaited World Cup win and make the story come full circle. Benjyfishy is the perfect example of a successful and professional pro gamer. And so with one of the largest followings in the Fortnite community and great connections by his side, the hype behind his success isn't going away anytime soon. And so that wraps things up for Chapter 2 of the story of Benjyfishy. Will there be a Part 3? Who knows? But as long as pro gamers are willing to keep going, there will always be more stories to tell. So grab your gear, guys, get some practice in, and perhaps one day we're going to be talking about you. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to connect with me, your motivation guy, you already know what to do. Hit me up on my Instagram. Love to connect with you on there. Hey, keep grinding. Never stop. Never quit. Be inspired. Be motivated. If people don't support you, hey, support yourself. If people don't believe in you, hey, believe in yourself. I know I do. I believe in you, so keep going. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.